So we got a little bit of gameplay for this review. So I have been wanting to make this video for a little while, and the games I want to review this year, I want to review San Andreas first. And I wanted to make games, my first 3 reviews, the ones that are significant to me. The Mario 64 review, which happened over a year ago, almost, was like, that's one of my first ever games, and I loved that game. And with San Andreas, it's my favorite game of all time. And with Red Dead changed me. And watching Arthur's story and how it all unfolded, the Van der Linde gang and the fall and then the epilogue with John Marston, I've never made, as much as I love San Andreas, the characters in this feel a whole lot more real. This game did some of the best work at making a video game character feel just like a real person. Now Red Dead Redemption 1 did too, but this game expanded upon it. And Arthur, his conclusion to his story and how his honor changes what happens, it's one of the coolest things ever. And the idea of how Arthur gets redeemed over the story, and how many people die, and how sad some of the deaths are, like Hosea's, Lenny's, Sean's, and of course Arthur. But then there's ones like Micah's death who you're happy for because Micah sucks. So Red Dead Redemption 2 is a 2018 action open world game. It takes place in the year of 1899, the fall of the Wild West. I said Wild. And you basically play as Arthur Morgan, one of the highest members in the Van der Linde gang, and is basically the right-hand man of Dutch Van der Linde. Until Micah Bell come along, the rat. And there are also other characters along the way that play an important role and who would also become big characters in Red Dead 1. John Marston and Bill Williamson, Javier, who you actually kind of like in this game. You know, in the first game, you work for the Pinkertons. And, the game has this aspect of moving camps. Each chapter, it works in chapters. And it's like one of my favorite experiences in that way. It doesn't overwhelm you, but you can just feel like the chapter is pretty easy. Each chapter gives a whole new part of the map, and if you don't explore first. And overall, for a game that was made in 2018, this was way better than games like Cyberpunk and Battlefield. The overall look, I'm in Saint Denis right now. In Saint Denis, you can see the smoke in the sky from the industrial era. The other areas give you open terrains, and roads gives you that whole Civil War kind of small southern town look. Then there's the ideas like how Arthur's hair will grow over the time and how his beard grows if you don't shave it. Some of the coolest and most unique customization options I've ever seen. And the fact that you can't just, if you cut his hair down, you can't just magically make it regrow is just one of the most realistic, is one of the really ways Red Dead differs from Grand Theft Auto 5. As Grand Theft Auto has great storyline, of course it does. Rockstar increased the storyline here. And props to Roger Clark for voicing Arthur Morgan. It's no surprise that he got that. Because when you do all that work, you put all that work in, you obviously deserve a lot of credit. And Roger Clark was one of my favorite. He's still one of my favorite voice actors. Young Melee was a great voice actor, and I still love the San Andreas characters. But games like San Andreas and Red Dead Redemption 2 really just changed my opinion on video games. I mean, I love video games, but games like this is what made the characters feel more human, And this is Rockstar Games for you. As much as I dog on them sometimes, as much as other people dog on them, they are still one of the best gaming companies because of all the effort they put in. Epic Games wouldn't do something like this. A lot of other companies wouldn't. Rockstar, they haven't made some great decisions over the past couple of months, and maybe years. But games like San Andreas, GTA 4, GTA 3, I don't like GTA 3, but I don't like it, but it's like, I do gotta admit, it achieved a lot for 2001, and it was kind of changed the way of video games, like Mario did, except better graphics. Then you have games like Grand Theft Auto 5, which hit billions on that, although I still don't think it's as good as things like San Andreas or Red Dead or GTA 4. Then you have games like Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories, which are really cool spin-offs that give you interesting story beats, especially Vice City Stories, to how the main game takes place. The characters, CJ, Ryder, Big Smoke, Tommy, Ken, Lance, Nico, Roman, Michael, Franklin, Trevor, Arthur Morgan, Dutch Vanderlyn, John Marston. Just great characters all around, and you can tell they really did put a lot of effort into this. The graphical design is perfect. And I know a lot of people don't like this game if they like Grand Theft Auto because it's very fast. It's a very slow-paced game. A lot of story building, and that's like. And you could tell Rockstar was going for more of a story-based game, not really an action-based game. There's a lot of action, and we got a lot of story development with Arthur. And then we got the antagonists. Agent Milton. Another one, I hate that guy. Milton sucks. He's the one that kills Hosea, who is like a father to Arthur and a brother to Dutch. He was like a mentor to Arthur. Same with Dutch was. And when you see, that was one of the saddest moments. When Lenny died, I love Lenny. I thought Lenny could be a good. I love how he explained John Marston's story a bit more, but I would have loved to play as Lenny because we didn't know he was gonna end up at Beatrice. Because John Marston, if you played Red Dead 1, which I already had, he's gonna end up at Beatrice Home and what's gonna happen then. So if you played as Lenny, it'd be a whole new experience. Part of me just wishes Arthur would have survived and you just played for him the rest of the game. But would have it had the most. Or another part of me would have loved to see Michael got tuberculosis, and then Arthur went and lived with his girlfriend, got back together with his girlfriend, had a happy life. It wouldn't be as sad, and the game wouldn't have as much emotional story beats if that happened, but it would be a very great experience, or Michael just die of tuberculosis. And after being through it 2 times, one with low honor. I have experienced different sides of this game, and how much of a freaking masterpiece this game is. It's slow. It can be slow sometimes, but the characters make up for it. Name an iconic character from this game. That can name a lot of them. As much as games like San Andreas have shaped iconic characters, this is the next beat of this. Arthur Morgan, even though he was an outlaw, he may not have been He may not have lived a good life, but he lived it. But he sacrificed himself to help one of his brothers escape and get to live. And if that's not a way to get redemption, I believe there's no way to get redemption. So Arthur Morgan eventually got his redemption arc. And this is why Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece, and you know it. No matter what you tell me, the online mode sucks, but the story mode's a masterpiece, and, I won't even care if they got rid of the online mode. I like the online mode a little bit, but the story mode is what people come to play Red Dead for. I hear people that dog in this game a lot, but I think it's, heck, even South Park references it. And I had to make. And if there was one video to start off March with as the third ever video game review, and also the first video of this month that I oftentimes find kind of boring, but also, hopefully it's better this year. This game, let's just count up what it does good. Graphics, characters, story, the plot is great. The areas, New Hanover, West Elizabeth, Lemoyne, and then, New Austin are all like, you can't really go to New Austin as Arthur, but you can go as. So, just tell me that that's not a great lineup of characters. And this is why Red Dead Redemption 2 is, in video game standards, it's more than a 10 out of 10. It does something Rockstar have always wanted to do. They make great games, but they hit a new level with this game, and I just hope Grand Theft Auto 6 is like this. Right now, I'm going to say my favorite games are Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe it's Red Dead 2, but I'm gonna say they're tied at my number one because I love both these games. I've had hours of endless enjoyment from both of these. This is down to my opinion. It's a tie, but tell me which one you like more in the comments. Unless this gets called kids video by YouTube, and I'm playing Red Dead, so why are you even calling it a kids game, bro? So just stay healthy, everyone. Peace and love. It's trying months. This year should be getting better, and I hope you all. Oh, you stupid trolley. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on this thing. Okay, I'm just gonna get over here. But so, chill. Have a great day tomorrow. And if you have a crush, go for it. Just saying. I know I'm a little up tonight, but for a game like Red, I think it deserved this. Peace and love.